Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Pre-Market Report sponsored by taxbuddy.com and finbingo.com. First, let us look at the global cues. The US markets were very volatile, but within a range bound. Dow went up 235 points, then came down to minus 95 points and again closed absolutely flat with just only 1 point gain, and Nasdaq was also the same thing. So this US market is going to be in a very jittery mode, maybe I can say at least for another 1 month. If you can remember, 2008 Lehman Brothers collapse and 2020 coronavirus crash, so they are the exceptional cases. Leaving these two, all other corrections, the fast and furious corrections, have come only because of the inflation. And 2013 inflation went up, so they started talking about taper tantrum, so markets fell. 2018 February also, in just one day, Dow Jones fell 10%, 5% during market hours, 5% after market hours because of the inflation data. So that inflation data has come in the month of January, which triggered a panic, and now they are expecting. Initially, they said 3 interest rate hike in this calendar year, and now some people are predicted 4. Now some people are even predicting 7 hikes. So this inflation-led jitter is going to continue at least for another 1 or 2 months. But for long-term investors, the learning point is that from 2013 till now, as and when this US inflation fear came, the markets fell, but uniformly in the next 1 year, the markets have gone higher. So long-term investors have nothing to worry. So this kind of panic time is the right time to enter. But of course, most of my followers and myself are traders. We are not investors. So we have to worry about the day-to-day movement of the markets. So most of the Asian markets are higher except Hong Kong and China, because the Hong Kong has shot up really very well in the last few weeks. So now there seems to be some profit booking. Other than that, most of the Asian markets are higher, and US futures are once again struggling between positive and negative territory. So more importantly, coming Thursday, there's a consumer price inflation data in US, which is expected around 7.2, 7.3%. So that will stroke the fear of a faster Fed hike. So until Thursday, the markets will be jittery. After that, next month inflation, market will become jittery. That's it. So SGX Nifty opened about 50-55 point higher, but now after Hong Kong market opened, so that has been sold into, and now it is just 15-20 point higher. So our market technically has become very bearish, and yesterday in my Twitter timeline I posted, if the first 1 hour the markets are weak, then it's going to be bearish. And exactly that's what happened. The first 1 hour market were, though volatile, it was down, and then after that Nifty fell like anything. And in fact, I am following a technical analysis. So based on that analysis only, I have given this, and I've already completed the shooting of the video. Very soon we'll be launching the workshop. So yesterday, both DIA and FIA, they sold for more than 1,000 crore. So that's the beauty of technical. Sometimes it shows even before, because this data of FIA selling, DIA selling, you will get only at the end of the data, but the technicals show just before that. So as expected, all the 7 top stocks in India, critic stocks like ICICI Bank, Kotak Bank, HDFC Bank, HDFC, Infosys, TCS and Reliance. So they all fell yesterday, and the markets are firmly in the grip of bears. So now every rise is a selling opportunity. So there is no way you go long. So shorting is the only option now. Yesterday, the PSU Bank Index was the only index which ended in green, and that too State Bank of India performance was really very bad. So it shot up more than 20 rupees, hit a fresh all-time high, but because of the overall market sentiment, it came down, it closed almost flat. So a stock closing almost flat after such a fantastic result, that shows the market sentiment is very bad. So it's because of Bank of Baroda and few other PSU banks. So the PSU bank index ended in green. So instead of good result, had there been a bad result in State Bank of India and Bank of Baroda, Bank Nifty would have fallen another few hundred points. And remember, from Friday's high to Monday's low, the Bank Nifty has already fallen 1,500 points. So markets are clearly bearish and people are selling 17,300, 400, 500 call options, that too ahead of the RBI policy. And 17,300 call option for most part of the day, except last few minutes, for most part of the day it was trading around 100 rupees. So that shows that 17,400 is going to be a stiff resistance. And earlier, yesterday around this time, I told you 17,400 is going to be a good support. And now once market breaks down and the last swing low support become this swing resistance. And support may be around 16,800. So that's because, we have taken support at 16,852 times plus 200 day moving average is around 16,800. So our market for the next few days, the range will be 16,800 to 17,400. But however, I still feel a little bit bullish. So therefore, I am positioning my trades 17,000 and below on the downside, 17,400 and above on the upside. So today Adani Wilmar public issue will be listed. So we have to see how that's going to be listed. And another interesting thing I found out, I thought every company will have to declare the quarterly result by February 15. And so far there has been no news about Adani Enterprises. So I don't know when they are going to declare the results. So I went to the NSE website, there is no news about the quarterly results. So I really don't know what is happening behind, because I do have a lot of positions in Adani Enterprises. So Adani Wilmar's performance will also affect Adani Enterprises. So that's about Adani. And now, since domestic institutions have sold in huge quantities, like more than 1,000 crore, so this brings back to one movie dialogue. The people say, if common man has a problem and he goes to the God, but if the God himself is in trouble, where the common man can go? So the same way here, if any company, any public sector company coming out with IPO or FPO, if the issue is not getting subscribed, they look to LIC to subscribe the issue. But now LIC is coming out with such a big IPO. If that is not getting a good response, who is going to subscribe to LIC IPO? So this is the biggest uncertainty for our markets, at least for next 1 to 2 months. So the first uncertainty, budget, that was over. Second uncertainty, state elections, that it must be undergoing now or it will be starting soon. And then the third uncertainty, by the end of March, is the LIC IPO. So if more and more domestic institutions book the profit in order to apply for LIC IPO, that can create havoc in the secondary market. So that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you for watching.